In this video, we will study electronic mail. Electronic mail or email allows the users to exchange messages. In applications such as HTTP or FTP, the server program is running all the time, waiting for the request from the client. When the request arrives, the server provides a service. There is a request and there is a response. In case of electronic mail, the situation is different. First, the email is considered as a one-way transaction. There are three major components for the entire email architecture. One is user agent, another is mail server, and mail server consists of two different components, mail transfer agent and mail access agent. Then the third component is the protocol used in email, that is SMTP. Then what is a user agent? The role of the user agent is to provide services to the user. That is, it helps the user to process of sending and receiving messages. The user agent program helps us to compose, read, reply and forward messages. It also handles local mailboxes. Then modern user agents are GUI based.
This figure explains a simple email communication from Ali's site to Bob's site, which takes 9 different steps from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up to 9. There are three different agents: user agent, mail transfer agent, and mail access agent. When Alice needs to send a message to Bob, she runs a user agent program to prepare the message, and the mail transfer agent working at her machine help her to push the email to the mail transfer agent of the mail server. The mail server at her site uses a queue to store the messages waiting to be sent. However, the message needs to be sent to the Bob's mail server requires an internet connection between server and server. That means there may be multiple servers in between this Ali's mail server and Bob's mail server. And all the mail servers will take care of propagating the message, and finally it arrives at the mail server of Bob's site. The messages at the mail server of Bob's site will be there in the mailbox, and this will be triggered to the mail access agent at the Bob's server. Whenever the user agent program at Bob's site allows to read the message, at that time the mail access server downloads the messages to the Bob site. Bob later uses mail access agent to retrieve the messages from mail access agent running at the server site. The one thing you should remember here is mail transfer agent. Mail transfer agent is a push program, and mail access agent is a pull program. This mail access agent works at the receiving side, and mail transfer agent is at the sending side. The sender and the receiver, Alice and Bob, are connected to internet via LAN or WAN. Then the administrator has created one mailbox for each user. That is, we have an email account, and this is known as the mailbox here. Then mailbox is actually the part of the server hard drive, and it is a special file with some permission restrictions. For a simple email transfer, we need 9 steps and 3 different agents as we studied in the previous slide. The role of the user agent is to help them prepare the message and send it over the mail server. The mail server at Ali's site uses a queue to store the messages waiting to be sent. And the message need to be sent through the internet from sender side to receiver side. And for this, we use mail transfer agent at sender side and receiver side. These all are done by the mail transfer agent. The only duty of the mail access agent is to retrieve the mail from the server side to the final end or the receiver end. The mail transfer agent is a push program and mail access agent is a pull program. Mail transfer agent push program works to push the email from the client side to the server side. The mail access agent works only at the receiving side. And this email activity uses TCP protocol at the bottom layers. So it is ensuring the reliability. And the communication is with port number 25. And there is a common format for email messages. The message must contain a header and the body. The header message defines the sender email ID, receiver email ID, subject of the message, and the actual information to be sent. And this is how we are also follow the same rules. The body of the message contains the actual information to be read by the recipient. Now let us think of the protocols working in the mail server. The formal protocol that defines a mail transfer client and server in the internet is SMTP, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. SMTP is used 2 times, that is for propagating the message or pushing the message from the client side to the server and from the server to the recipient server side. Whereas between the recipient server and the receiver or recipient, the protocol used is POP or IMAP. That is, the message access agent is working on the protocol POP or IMAP, any one of this. POP is the common protocol used in the message access protocol. Then we need to study what is a POP3 and what is IMAP. POP3, 3 stands for the version of the POP. POP is Post Office Protocol. Now, which are the mail access protocols working? The SMTP to delivery or storage of message to the receiver's server using SMTP. SMTP is a push protocol and it pushes the message from sender side till the receiver side. Then message access protocol. This helps the retrieval from the server and it is a pull protocol for receiving the client pull messages from the server. Currently, 2 protocols are available for message access protocols. They are POP3 and IMAP. Post Office Protocol version 3 and IMAP version 4. Post Office Protocol works in port number 110. The duty of this POP3 protocol is, first of all, it authorizes the user, then download is performed by POP3. Then POP3 is installed at the client side and the recipient server side. So client POP3 is installed at the recipient computer and server POP3 is installed at the recipient's server. And the mail access starts when the user needs to download from the mailbox. POP3 works in two different modes. One is in keep mode, one is in delete mode. In keep mode, once the message is downloaded, still the server keeps the copy of the message. Whereas in the delete mode, once the message is downloaded, it is deleted from the server side. Another protocol working at the message access side is IMAP4, Internet Mail Access Protocol version 4. Internet Mail Access Protocol version 4. And the activities are similar to that of the POP3. But it is having much more features than POP3 and this is more powerful and more complex. POP3 does not allow the user to organize his email on the server, whereas IMAP version 4 allows the user to organize his mail in the mail server. In POP3, user cannot have different folders on the server, but IMAP allows the user to check email header priority before downloading. And it allows the user to check the content of the email for specific string prior to downloading. And user can create, delete or rename mailboxes on the server. These are advanced features provided for the email recipient. Then MIME, multi-purpose internet mail extensions, is a supplementary protocol that allows non-ASCII data to be sent through the email. For example, now we are able to send email by attaching videos, audios and pictures, etc. And these are multiple data type or multi-purpose internet mail extension. And MIME protocols helps to download and upload email of non-ASCII data like pictures, audio, etc.